Okay, we are live.
Get her ankles. Get her ankles.
So Manny, you know, I'm looking at this picture right here, and I don't think Ronda Rousey realized how dangerous the situation she really was in. If she would have twisted just a little bit more, that shoe would have came off, and a single barefoot Charlotte would have been unleashed on her, and that might have been dangerous. Just saying.
100%. I don't think she was fully prepared. I don't like that I've become the one that's interlinked with Barefoot Charlotte. Not just Marcus, just me.
You're the feet man.
I'm not the foot man. I tried to target that audience because I like the last time I targeted that audience, that video shot up to 350.
So Thirst Trapper, you saying that feet don't do it for you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why does it do it for you, weirdo?
It does not. I don't get the feet
Be
thing.
the feet man. Be a feet man. You guys need to
I don't want to be a feet man.
Be the feet man.
This might be the most peculiar way to start off a show ever.
Be a feet man. Look at Rudy Charles. Hope he get those shoes off.
That's Scott Robinson.
Charles.
Not Rudy Charles. Charles Robinson.
Oh.
I don't know why I said Rudy Charles. That was Charles Robinson.
But CSC Event had to turn his back because he said, I can't see them toes because you know what they do to me, man. They drive me crazy.
This cost Andrade the match tonight. Seeing his girl getting her ankles broken.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about that match.
Well, this was
my favorite segment of the week.
Who's that slapped me? Who the hell is that?
Who the fuck just slapped me? Who the hell is that? Like, he cussed. He said, fuck.
Yeah, he
fuck
did.
Is this guy? Like, he was yelling, who the fuck's this guy? And I was like, that was the most authentic. Someone being mad about something and not doing anything about it ever. Like, I ain't gonna fight this dude, but I'm gonna talk a lot of shit. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. No one fuck with me. He stand on the table telling everybody no one fucks with him. But someone just fuck with him. Hey, he don't want none of that smoke. Because he don't know what he's getting his hands into.
Did you take the time out of your busy day today and look at a little bit from the My GMO from WWE 2K22?
That's doesn't fit here.
Oh
no.
I was just gonna ask.
I'll tell you why I didn't, but
no, but because it was a moment where Richard O'Shea handed Xavier Woods his glasses. And Xavier was like, damn, you can't see. And they asked him, do you wrestle with contacts? And he says, you know what? I might not want to wrestle you anymore because your eyesight is bad. And I was like, wow, that was funny. But why didn't you watch it, Manny?
I've watched part of it.
Why are we having this conversation?
We'll have this conversation at the end of the show. But we'll have this conversation at the end of the show.
Not in the thumbnail.
Oh.
Yeah, let's just roll the intro. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome everyone to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast presented to you on the Sharpshooters Network, currently on youtube.com/the Sharpshooters. I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes, aka Thurster Jones.
And I have Vengeance. Marcus the grand finale.
That is what he did to his beard. Because if you guys tuned into the show on Thursday, Marcus was in full beard. But on this Saturday, only 2 days, he got into a wrestling match. And it was a hair versus hair match versus himself.
Eric,
yeah, you know, sometimes you lose those.
Eric, I believe it was a toupee on his face.
Sorry,
it's not been real. It's not been real for years.
So you don't think his facial hair was authentic?
I'll tell you what really happened. I was robbed outside of my home. And they took my ring, they took my Rolex. I looked at the brother, said, "Damn, what's next?" And he took my beard too. He's like, "A fake beard."
That is one thing. That is one thing that we have been conditioned growing up being as wrestling fans, that when shit get really real and you have a nice set of hair, some opposing wrestler is going to try to cut your hair. Just imagine if there was somebody on the street that went around trying to cut people hair with clippers when they got upset. Just the craziness that would be going on.
Are you talking about a serial killer named Bruce the Barber Beefcake?
No, Marcus, not a serial killer, a serial hair cutter. All he does is cut your hair. That's all he do.
The Bruce Beefcake. Are you sure it wasn't that you were the? Are you sure it wasn't
around
that
with his ass out? He cut my hair off. Officer, arrest that man.
Are you sure it wasn't that you were the champion of the hood, and then you got beaten up by Gunther, and now you're the shame of the hood? So you're hiding your identity by shaving your beard.
J.K. Spush says, "Good morning, evening. Fuck Hulk Hogan, but rest in peace, Nate Dogg." Levi says, "Rest in peace, Buffalo Butt." I don't know who Buffalo Butt is, but
I don't know either. But Levi has got 2 demerits as of the month of March.
Wait, why? What did he do this time?
Well, he insulted Pat McAfee, and then he did something else. So 2 demerits.
So before, Manny has his own personal issues. He is Thirst Trapper Joe, and he has beef with Levi. Clearly, Marcus, if we had booking power, it would be Levi versus Lord Manny Hayes at WrestleMania on Monday. Not on the Saturday or the Sunday show, but on Monday, which is the off pre-show of Monday Night Raw.
I want to be the dark match of the Hall of Fame.
So I proved that when I say I like something, Levi will automatically say the exact opposite of it. Or if I don't like it, he will like it.
Well, that is how it is, Manny. That's how when you have your negaduck. But gentlemen, I have something for you guys. Because I have a question for both of you.
It was more about the Bruce the Barber Beefcake scenario of cutting people's faces off randomly with his ass out. Would you dare say you would like Bruce the Barber Beefcake to make Levi go, fuck Bruce the Barber Beefcake? Or the reverse way? I feel like that would work. By the way, if someone did go around cutting my beard off, I can't Velasquez their ass. I'd chase him for 11 miles and shoot him dead and miss.
He missed though. Shit. No laughing matter, man. But my question for you guys, as Manny, not even.
Why you just ignored that?
I can't, Manny, because Microsoft Teams, man. But gentlemen, I have a question for you, and I need to know your honest opinion. Have you ever felt this way?
Me.
Have you ever had that moment?
I believe at work. I believe in my own house. I believe when I'm at the grocery store and they are having their conversation when I want this fucking line to move, but they won't open more lanes. That's how I feel. Acknowledge me, damn it. Me.
I will say, by far, might have been my favorite moment, to the point that it even made me break out the audio to try and track it down, because not only did he puff out his chest to acknowledge him, but when he had to regain his composure afterwards to be calm back down, to center himself, made me like, damn, Roman is pulling out a bag of tricks that I was not ready for. And although technically I shouldn't care about Roman versus Brock again, I'm excited for this match. Manny, I know you had to be acknowledged at work because you had to be brought back in to do something. Did they acknowledge you the proper way for going that extra mile?
Eric, I can't talk about that, but
okay.
I just know I was frustrated by it, and I had to stop. I had to start exactly early, and then have a problem come up to it as well, and I'm just like,
Manny, I want to tell you, I will acknowledge your greatness of all the work that you put into the show. And Marcus,
even though you won't watch none of my work,
Marcus, I acknowledge everything that you do on the show, and I acknowledge the loss of your beard, Marcus, because I know it hurts you that you don't even pay attention to me, fat Ricochet. But that's fine.
I was just looking up that book. You call him Times died.
Yes,
that's what that. I was like, oh, he died. Shit.
So you call him Fat Ricochet.
I didn't call him Fat Ricochet.
That's the second time he called me Fat Ricochet. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
Hey, Marcus, you are the new Intercontinental Champion. Manny, hit that SmackDown graphic because we'll jump right into there. Ricochet.
Wait, are we in there when you were talking about Roman?
maybe we're already in there, but we're
Can
going
I
to
say I enjoy Roman attacking Boogs and Nakamura?
Yeah,
Roman did it. The Usos did it.
We'll get there.
Roman put the hit out on him.
Marcus, we're gonna get there. Let's talk about the crowning of the new Intercontinental Champion. And quite frankly, I think this is like the words came out that Vince was big on pushing Richard O'Shea. And let me tell you something. When he came out, I was like, it sounded like they remixed his music or something like that. He had the superstar treatment.
Weeks. Yeah.
Well, I hadn't paid attention to this moment. And at that point, I was like, damn, they're really doing a lot. I guess they really are invested in Richard O'Shea. And then next thing I know, Richard O'Shea, with the help of Johnny Knoxville, got the Intercontinental title off of Sami Zayn, who might have been the champion for what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks, I think. And it was actually a solid match. I enjoyed the opening. Marcus, I go to you first. Do we really think that Vince is really all in with pushing Ricochet as the Intercontinental Champion?
Well, according to the dirt sheet, he's listed as number 2 babyface on SmackDown. And when you go through that list and realize, damn, you're right, but it's by default because they done fired everybody else. He is the designated survivor in this position.
Yeah, but Cesaro left. He fell into that 2 spot.
Yeah. And it was like, damn, what do I do now? So Richard O'Shea, I'm happy that he became the Intercontinental Champion. I enjoyed Sammy's outburst. I thought it was a hell of a performance, and you should have known he was winning. He had an extra pep in his step tonight. I don't know what it was, but that man looked like he was winning the Intercontinental title on every movement. He's had some energy and juice. He was pulling out moves. He probably ain't dead since the 90s or whatnot. It was a joyous occasion for Richard O'Shea.
But does he not fall into the same problem Cesaro had?
Oh, but to go back to your question, no. No. Vince don't believe in him at all. It's after WrestleMania season, someone's going to take that spot from him. And yes, he does fall into the same spot. That's a soft fun in which, man, you ain't interesting at all.
But they can't talk. Both of them can't talk.
But as Levi said in the chat, he says, I actually think Ricochet will get properly pushed. W has no one like him. And I would agree with that essence. And the difference between Cesaro and Ricochet, and I think that Ricochet has been a face of a company before. I know Lucha Underground was short-lived and he stood behind a mask, but he knows how to carry himself. And as Marcus pointed out, when he came out to the ring, he did have an extra pep to his step. I think Ricochet could be more successful than Cesaro. Manny, you feel like they can be on the same level of Cesaro and Ricochet, or nothing's going to happen after WrestleMania?
There was an interesting take from Vince McMahon on the Pat McAfee show where Pat kind of asked him about releases and where people can get angry about stuff like that. But like, if that person doesn't get released, opportunity doesn't happen, and that person can't step up. So when I watched that, it was almost like you have to look at the releases as something as like an opportunity for someone else to step up, because obviously Cesaro didn't want to play ball, even though they wanted to keep him. But if he leaves, then someone else can step up into that position. And it's not like Cesaro has massive shoes to fill anymore. It's like it's quite easy to fill those shoes. And I think Ricochet, if given time, can actually probably get better at talking because he is actually American. So
I can say that I can see Ricochet, if they keep the momentum around him, I think it can be very similar to what Apollo Crews had when he was having his run as the United States champion without the Nigerian accent, of course. But I mean, like,
and the spear.
Marcus,
he's still carrying that.
He still has a job. But the thing,
he still carry Commander Aziz.
But the thing is that he got on TV, he got his character across, and he was being featured every day. So I mean, I'm looking forward to see what happens with Ricochet. But I think the smarter move for it was the fact that they took the title off of Sammy. So now you don't have to deal with the whole idea of Johnny Knoxville becoming your Intercontinental Champion. If Johnny Knoxville defeats Sami Zayn.
What if he wants a shot because he helped him?
Yeah. I mean, Johnny Knoxville could be a standby and be like, hey, man, Ricochet, you owe me one big, brother. This is a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. Which would be an interesting match because I don't think we've ever had a celebrity in a triple threat match, and you can really utilize by just taking them out and just sprinkle them in here and there. But don't actually have them do anything and win the match. Richard O'Shea's limit, Eric, as you like to say. I'll call Ricochet. He's the Intercontinental Champion of the world, and I respect that title almost. He has the ceiling of a Rey Mysterio, in which if they decide to push him, it could go somewhere. But I don't see that happening. Rey Mysterio is a one of a kind at this current moment right now in Vince McMahon's life, in which he's the only little man who can do hurricanranas and flips that Vince has ever pushed, other than Max Mini.
So I'm gonna dive into the comments because Levi says Manny stands up for WWE too much, but I agree 200% here. Their roster was bloated. The problem was who they cut versus who they kept. And you know what? I think you're putting that on Manny. I defend WWE 200%, and I'm always a WWE fanboy. And to this day, I still say everybody that they cut ain't did shit yet to say, you know what? Maybe WWE should have kept him. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Miro did something for however long that was.
And guess what happened? They decided that they weren't going to push him anymore.
The two big people who actually tried to do something with their life after this cut is Miro, as Manny likes to say, and your boy, Matt Cardona, who decided to just take over the independent scene. He took over the entire independent scene.
And Heath Slater's still doing his thing in Impact.
He got a title match.
So one of my favorite lines that took place on SmackDown this week came after an incident, and the line was, "Who is that?" First of all, and then Michael Cole explained who that person was, and then McAfee returned being upset with Michael Cole because he knew that shit. Manny, the interaction between McAfee and Austin Theory is going into WrestleMania. I think we called this on last week's show. We knew this was going to happen once the rumors were going out. Did you like the way that they set it up?
Yeah, it was kind of obvious who it was going to be after the podcast where he was like, "You got a match," which was like a cool moment because Pat reacted like a small boy or how like anyone else if we were told
like,
we were going to be on SmackDown.
I got those knees, Vince. I've been waiting to show y'all. I got this knees. I got this elbow. I'm not in good shape, which I love when he keeps saying that. I'm in terrible shape right now.
But this was and then this was a interesting take because it happens so often on AEW where they swear and cuss. It feels normal on AEW. How Pat's reaction was very authentic because you would react like that. You'd be pissed off, even though and because you're essentially at work and you're a commentator, you're not meant to go over and beat the shit out of him. So I felt like it was very authentic the way he reacted. But like if it happened on AEW, it would just feel normal.
I felt either way in the show. Like Pat's reaction to Theory was like it was, again, like I said earlier, it was like somebody at a bar who was like, "How could you talk to me like that? How could you say that? This motherfucker think he know what he dealing with. He don't know. I unleash all the God on him. I unleash all the God, the devil on him." And just talking all this shit, but you in the parking lot because you done walked out and your guy is like 300 miles away now. But you talking all this shit, and now he was gonna beat up on Michael Cole for it. But it was authentic, and I look forward to this match. But do you feel like this WrestleMania, now adding Pat McAfee to the card, it's too celebrity heavy in the matches? Now you have Logan Paul, Johnny Knoxville, and now Pat McAfee, who is a trained wrestler commentary container.
I mean, I think they have two nights to produce something on television, and I think you're trying to get multiple eyes on your product, whether that is from people who are the Jackass crowd to the Logan Paul fans out there. I mean, it's just what you do when you're trying to make a product that appeals to multiple individuals instead of catering just to one particular demographic. And I mean, that is what Vince said in his interview with Pat McAfee. Is like, I'm trying to create entertainment because anybody can be a pro wrestler, but not everybody can be a WWE superstar. And I was like, I understand that mentality. And, the line was, not everyone can be a good wrestler, or everyone can be, but you know, you can still be there. I think my thing about that I was really enjoying about the segment was the way that Pat McAfee was really salty with Michael Cole for a good portion. Like, you knew this shit was going to happen. You knew this was going to happen. Why you didn't tell me, Cole? Why you didn't tell me? And then
Vince said you're a horrible human being.
You're a horrible human being. He said it. I knew you're a horrible human being.
And that made me laugh too. Like you could tell that Vince, when he was talking about Michael Cole, they were so tongue-in-cheek about calling him a horrible person. But it was like, huh. And then you realize Michael Cole been doing it for 25 years, and every year they talk about Michael Cole go hang it up, and he doesn't do it. And
I
he
don't know
does.
if anybody thought about him hanging it up.
It was like that year, like 2 years ago, where they were talking about doing it. I mean, and then Levi says he doesn't want to watch it because the average high school football player is tougher than a punter. I don't want to watch that. But Levi would argue this, as Pat McAfee said on his show, he has 24 tackles in the NFL compared to how many tackles do you have? It goes that way. Anyway.
But to quote the punter, the toughness of a punter, one, Pat McAfee can actually work in the ring. He actually knows his limits. His match with Adam Cole was surprisingly really good, and then he knew how to hide pretty well in the War Games match. Only hit big spots. Now, this is going to be pretty much booked the same way with Theory, in which this match can elevate Theory to a next level for beating up Pat McAfee, or it can end his career. It's all Theory at this point. I don't know what's going to happen with Theory after this match, because I can see him losing this match and disappointing Vince, but it can also push him to the next direction.
Now, Marcus, I could ask you a question regarding the women tag team champion finally showing up on SmackDown using their ability to go between both shows, but I'm not going to waste that question on you, Marcus, because I have a more important question I want to ask you. Marcus, exactly what was going on in the Happy Lounge with them cards that they were playing? Because I'm not really sure what card game that they were playing, Marcus, and you being the expertise in gambling and stuff like that. Marcus, what the hell was going on back there?
He's the professor. Address him with the title he's got currently at work. He's the professor of gambling.
Come here, professor of gambling. POG.
I'd like to think I'm the Serena Diva of gambling.
Pog, come on, man.
The Pog.
Come on, Pog. Come on. Let's do it. What was going on?
POG.
Because his name. Marcus' name.
Marcus.
I'm going to touch you on the Pog. Okay?
Even McAfee pointed out how the hell he would have had when no one else was going on. What the hell was going on in that head?
I am going to tell you right now what the hell was going on. One, the game they were playing was goons, which you just get your goons together and they pretend that you are winning. And then, no, fuck the POG. Not a Pog. I don't just go around flipping over the people over. Pog's over. Oh. Fuck Pogs. I'm not going to be known as Pogs. Oh.
On Tuesday, you better dress yourself as the Pog, and I'm going to call myself the Slammer.
And I'll be the Axe.
Oh, that's good. That is good. Yes.
Come on, Pog. Get it out there, POG. Hey, you could have been POD.
But, back to this card game. This is what I imagine Pat McAfee and his guys and his on his podcast kind of play cards where Pat just wins and they celebrate him. Those guys are goons, just like the goons that were in Baron Corbin. The one positive about this Baron Corbin card game party in the locker room was that it got a lot of people, random people, work for no reason. This segment did not have to include so many people.
No.
I don't understand where they got all these people and these indie wrestlers.
Neither did the awkwardly placed people when the ATVs came out, was going to come out to the ring. There were so many random people just standing backstage, just standing there for no reason.
It's WrestleMania season when you start hiring extras for no good reason. And Betty, let me ask you this question. Have you ever surrounded yourself with so many goons the way that Baron Corbin did, which is pretty much all they were put there was to acknowledge him? Like, Mad Cop was bad enough, but he had those other guys that just sat back there and was laughing just for no reason. Like,
Eric, you're asking, you're essentially asking me the dumbest question ever because you know who I am.
I do.
You know, I enjoyed the Thunderdome. And we did describe me watching a Dave Chappelle show in some form of a coal mine where no one could actually see me or talk to me.
John said they tried an APA vibe with lots of randomness. Yeah, it was kind of like
Hill APA.
But my issue was that they weren't playing a legit game. There was like no chips, no nothing. It was just cards on the table.
No, there were chips.
But only Madcap had cards. So did everybody else fold?
I mean, maybe before we go any further, I know John was the one that called me out on the. He didn't call me out. He informed me when I woke up because I got tagged in a Barefoot Charlotte post. John, are you only here because of the Barefoot Charlotte thumbnail?
Manny, if he was only here for the Barefoot, he got educated by the professional of gambling, the Pog, the main one. He's the grand Pog of this show. That's who he is.
I am not Pog, and Manny is into feet. That's what I'm saying. He's singularly into the feet.
No, but on the Sharpshooter's Instagram account, there is loads of like videos of shoes, and I don't understand who did that.
What?
When you scroll down, it suggested things. It's pictures of people putting on shoes, and I don't understand.
We need to calm down because you know what? We were blessed once again by the great folks of Toyota by giving us out and about with Boogs and Nakamura. Man, I can't get enough of this. But the fact that it led to them having a match that never happened because the Usos and Roman decided this was the time that he wanted to cut his promo was even more amazing for me. I enjoyed the entire arrangement of how this happened. And yes, I know I'm skipping Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal, but we don't care about that. We're acknowledging the tribal chief because he is the one.
Disgusting. I wanted to talk about Jinder and Drew.
Manny, have you ever wanted to knock somebody off earlier just so that you could get your shine on quicker? Because, you know, you're in line and it's like, you know what?
Yeah, every day.
Okay.
Every day.
I mean, I think it comes back to what Marcus said about the grocery store where you like, man, they need to open up another line. And they don't open up the line.
Acknowledge me.
And that's what the whole Roman clan did. They opened up their own line.
Well, it's like when you're on that it's like when you're on that public transport and someone is talking to the driver or something, holding everybody up, and it's like, man, get off the fucking bus. I've got to go to work.
No, how much is it, man? No, man, we just go.
I got places to be. Move.
Here's the thing with this situation.
I
understand. I want to thank Roman Reigns and the Bloodline for what they did, because I can see them in the back. Roman already upset for whatever God knows reason for people not acknowledging him or whatever, or his current situation. And then the fucking Toyota commercial come on. And he goes, why am I not in this commercial? Why is it Boogs and Nakamura? Why is it not you two in this commercial?
You are the champions, damn it.
You are the tag team champions. Why are you not selling them on Tundras? From day one to one and done, we could be talking about selling Toyotas. That could be more money, bring it to the table that I'm the head of. And then you got these clowns with their giant sandwiches just eating. I'm saying this. If they come on TV this week, beat they motherfucking ass in front of everybody.
Yeah, but where was his protection when the Young Usos got beaten up?
Right, R.I.P.
Well, you know what? You know what, Manny? The Young Usos decided to pick that battle. So, you know, the tribal chief says if you're gonna poke the bear, you have to fight Gunther yourself, and he did that. I mean, I enjoyed the little bit that I got. I kind of wanted to go a little bit longer, but it was still a good showing. So after the whole Roman situation where he had everybody acknowledge him, it became a pretty much tag team in a way centric kind of. It became AEW SmackDown because everything kind of had like tag team vibes involved. Because it's clear that Nakamura and Boogs are probably going to face the Usos at WrestleMania, so Nakamura going to get a WrestleMania payday. But then we had this whole Sheamus, Ridge Holland.
I never even considered that. You're right.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because
I didn't realize the Viking Raiders after they lost.
Actually, though, let's actually
done. The Viking Raiders are done.
Let's question that though. Who would you rather see at WrestleMania? The Viking Raiders and the Usos?
Manny, that's easy.
Nakamura and Boogs.
Manny, that's easy. Nakamura, Boogs versus the Uso will be a far superior match than the Viking Raiders.
Or what they're talking about over on Raw. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens versus the Usos.
So to
Unifying it.
me, what's going to end up happening in that situation is that it's just in order to get on WrestleMania, Seth or Kevin's gonna turn on each other. They're like, now we just have to fight each other to settle this. Now we're on WrestleMania. I mean,
we did that last year.
Already.
We did that last year.
2 years ago.
In the empty arena. But
where Kevin nearly destroyed his body completely jumping off that WrestleMania sign.
Yeah, I need them to merge these titles, like they were saying. If Roman's going to be on both shows, the Usos have to be on both shows. Therefore, they are going to merge these titles at WrestleMania.
I mean, or it could be a fatal 4-way on the SmackDown side where you even throw in Sheamus and Holland and Big E and Kofi Kingston going against the Usos and Nakamura and them Boogs. I mean, you just don't know.
What's Kofi Kingston? They ain't doing shit. They just entered a real blood feud with the Sheamus and Ridge for whatever reason.
Hey,
I mean,
Marcus,
they went full Street Fighter bonus fight.
Marcus, shit got real. They went E Honda on Big E's birthday gift, and I be like, it was no reason for them to do that. There was no reason.
Sheamus was struggling as well. Sheamus was really struggling with that.
First of all, I don't never want to have anybody hop on the back of my ATV like Ridge was hopping on the back with Sheamus. Like, y'all might be a little bit too close in the pub. Like, let me hold on to my waist.
You ain't been that drunk, Eric.
Betty, I haven't. I haven't. So.
You haven't been that drunk, Eric.
Take me away.
Betty, when I'm drunk, I want to fight. So, yes, Marcus knows what I am when I'm drunk. He's been around Mimosa, Eric.
Brunch time, Eric. Fighting around the world. But
I become the street champion, damn it. Solo Cup.
Why are you fighting your microphone like Vince McMahon fighting the McAfee microphone?
Hey, you're better than him stuck in that microphone off like last time.
To answer Levi's question, I hope there is not an Andre the Giant Battle Royal this year because everyone who wins that ends up getting released. So
Baron Corbin.
He his toe is tipping on that release line. They're still trying to figure out exactly what to do with him.
And I believe Big Show walked away.
So did Cesaro.
Yeah, so people walk away. I call that a co-win with Bray Wyatt as well. They did that together. But back to the matter at hand of this the ATV destruction. You know, my favorite part about it is that the match started and Sheamus didn't give a damn about that match. He had motive. He had pure motive. Rule number one. First, we got to take out Kofi Kingston because someone had to hit his ass. I wanted to hit Kofi at that point. Like, sit your ass down. He looked like a badass kid who you were telling,
yeah.
Can you sit down? Can you sit down? Don't make me come over there.
Or Marcus, or that spoiled ass kid, Marcus, that spoiled ass kid who lived across the street. They just got the fucking Power Wheel and decided that he's gonna pull it from your house and honk the horn, let you know, hey, I got this new Power Wheel, and you like, I hope somebody break that shit.
You know, even as an adult, I feel he deserves a V trigger if that kid ever rolled up. Any kid that rolls up in a Power Wheel, you'd V trigger them.
That's also true. We had that one kid in our neighborhood. We played with him, but we didn't like him because he had the Power Wheel. But he let us ride the Bigfoot.
I never got to ride it.
You was too young, Marcus.
Fuck them. Fuck everybody. Shit.
But we had the manual power fire truck, man. Come on, man. You know we had that. Those pedals.
If my internet connection wasn't died, I'd be more offended.
More offended than me calling the Pog?
I am leaving the show.
Marcus without the beard, man, he's officially the Pog.
Fuck you!
You better grow it back.
I'm not a Pog.
Wait.
You guys are not a Pog.
Two-Pay Tuesday's coming up. How are you going to be? You're going to be even worse with hair without a beard.
No, by Tuesday it'll be back. By Tuesday it'll be back.
Marcus comes from a lineage of hairy people, so he should be okay.
A lineage of hairy people.
You know, that Pog lineage is amazing. But
Fuck you. That makes
So-
you 50% punk. That makes you 50% punk.
Mark, I know who I am, but I accept who I am. You don't accept who you are. But
Motherfucker.
It's fine, Marcus. I got called daddy on the show. It's fine.
You're the only one who has a problem with someone saying, "Can I call you daddy?" I'd be like, "Sure, why not? Who cares?" You're the only one who has a problem. I wouldn't mind someone was like, "Marcus, can I call you daddy?" I'd be like, "Go ahead. Do what you want. Live your life."
Levi, we also had the big wheel, and when you talk about the Kmart big wheel, that's where I think when I see Ronda Rousey, because Ronda Rousey just doesn't put my butt in the seat.
What?
And like literally, this main event between her and Sonya Deville, because Sonya will put it on you, just didn't do it for me. Even with Charlotte, I mean, I think it took longer for the entrances than it did for this match. And then even at the beginning of SmackDown, the little promo that Ronda cut, I don't feel Ronda Rousey. I know I might be in the minority in this situation, but I hope Charlotte give her that. Manny, I turn to you. How did you feel about the main event of SmackDown?
It was just there, wasn't it? It wasn't really that good. It didn't really further the story going into WrestleMania because Charlotte reposted on her Instagram, and I saw it on social media, her kneeing Ronda Rousey in the face when they were both handcuffed in their kerfuffle in the last Royal Rumble and last WrestleMania they were at. That was more interesting than this. Like nothing going into this. It seemed remotely interesting.
I didn't really have a problem with it. I thought it was okay. I thought the main event was basically just a glorified squash match, and I didn't think Ronda looked bad. I had no problem with it.
No, it's not that Ronda. I just don't care. Like I don't care about like after you have your champion go out there and he goes out and makes everybody acknowledge him, and then like the follow up that we had afterwards, like this is the main event. It just didn't do. It really felt like watching AEW when you have a fire first match and then it ends with like, oh, that's what we end with. Like it didn't work for me personally.
I thought SmackDown was a really solid show all around. I thought everybody did a good job in the show. I thought Sammy was amazing. I thought Sammy was amazing with his tirade in the back and his frustration. I thought it was a good show. I thought everybody performed well, and it was a good setup for the many weeks to come for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine, but I just think that, like, for me, I was, after seeing people go Street Fighter on somebody's ATV, and now we have personal feud between, then we go to this Ronda, Sonya, like, it's almost very similar to the situation that Sonya was putting Naomi through when she had to fight Shayna Baszler week in and week out. It's like, we know we don't want these two to touch each other, so we're just gonna have this person fill in and fight Ronda to the time. And then they were building that this is her first match of SmackDown. If that's your first match, I don't want to see your next match. That's just me.
The match wasn't that bad. I don't know why you hate this match so much. She didn't do anything wrong. There was nothing happen. And if she did anything wrong, it was probably your girl Sonya.
Nah, it wasn't Sonya's fault.
It wasn't Sonya's fault, man.
You guys defend Sonya too much. This match was
No. I want Sonya before the leave of absence back. When I get that back, where she was doing the best work of her career.
Yes, that's never happened.
Sonya's gonna put it on you.
So
I thought a solid main event.
But for me, that was a whatever. And I don't know if this main event just put me in a bad place because the match that took place on Rampage, the opening match between Andrade, Darby Allin, and that guy who shall not be named because I refuse to name him because he was the weak link of the match, in my opinion, is the Andrade that I've wanted to see in AEW since he made a debut. I thought he was the most impressive individual in the match. Close second was Darby Allin because he took all of the aggressive shots that Andrade hit him with. I really enjoyed this opening match.
Face was disgusting.
Huh?
The kick to the
that
face
boot to the face. That was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, it was a point where I was like,
y'all really fighting?
I thought they were really fighting. I thought we had a Charlotte Nia Jax situation going on. Marcus, Sammy Guevara was probably the worst of this match and probably the one that no one wanted to win. Am I correct? And what did you think of the opening match?
I hated it. That's what I said. No, it was really good, high energy, and as much as I want to criticize Sammy Guevara and all that, I really didn't care about any of his shortcomings in this match because I thought everybody gave a top level effort. And you said it's the Andrade. This is the same Andrade that's been in AEW. There's nothing different he did. He's been wrestling like this from the beginning. The issue is his character and that he doesn't do anything of any importance. I was upset that he took the pin. That was my only upset. I was like, Darby can afford the pin. People going to love Darby either way. And Sammy could lose this match. He is the most uninteresting TNT champion. The fact that I think he still comes out with 2 belts shows how uninteresting he is because I cannot stand him. I just don't want Sammy Guevara to be my TNT champion. He has been the worst since we had the inception of this title.
Mr. Pog, I'm going to double down on what you just said. I think he's by far the most uninteresting individual in AEW. I really do.
No, come on. You just had. And this is coming from a man who just watched a show where they had the wingmen come out to try to get their heat back. You can't say that with the wingman trying to get their heat back.
Hey,
these guys are still on the roster in the many people who have lost their contracts in AEW.
And they told me,
by the way, Cody's status is still. And by the way, Cody's status is still up in the air.
So, Manny, Andrade should have won this match. I think he looked like a true champion, but we have to give credit where credit is due. Darby Allin can take the ass whooping like nobody else.
Yeah, but we already knew that. Darby takes the ass whooping regardless. He falls downstairs for all our entertainment. and then he makes side movie projects, noir side movie projects, just for our entertainment. Do they make sense? No. but I enjoy him anyway.
He takes his time to do it. Compared to Sammy's blog and his relationship with Tay Conti, which is just existing. That's all he is.
But I will point out that AEW on Rampage tried to keep the momentum going, and they followed that up with Penta, Alex, and Pac in the ring, and they decided they were going to challenge the House of Black to have black on black.
First of all, what the fuck is that? Like Alex took the bullshit he did last week and evolved it into even more bullshit. He's doubled down this bullshit.
Ready? I was gonna try not to acknowledge it, but I guess
no. How would you not? How would you not?
How could you not?
I mean, because when I saw him
that is something that was too much.
When I saw him put the blush underneath his eyes to have a little red shot, I was like, man.
So, Levi brought up how Aleister Black is doing things. Everything Aleister Black involved in AEW makes very little sense for the most part. He hasn't really done anything, but it seems like he's doing a lot, building up his House of Black.
Hey, let me tell you, Marcus, I don't want to cut you off, but I'm cutting you off.
Did.
Let me tell you, Marcus.
Alex.
Marcus, the House of Black are some of the most well-dressed individuals in AEW, and I appreciate them in their black. I mean, even Buddy Matthews in his nice T-shirt. Manny, put Alex back on while Marcus is talking.
I was going to talk about Alex. You ruined my whole momentum of everything I was going to say for that.
Can I ask the question? What's his motivation here? Because all I see is, it was me, Austin! It was me all along!
I see someone cosplaying as Little Red Riding Hood. That's what I saw. I went, what the fuck is he doing? Why are you doing this? And why is he the one talking? Why is he the one talking? Let Pac talk. Let Pac talk. I appreciate when Pac talks. If Penta can't speak English, fine. But Alex never even said Penta said.
But
it was
Marcus,
Alex talking. It was like Alex was the
Marcus.
They thought he was out there like Paul Heyman.
Marcus, Alex actually, Marcus, if you put all the bullshit to the side and just ignore what he looked at and Alex cut a good promo.
No, he didn't, man. He had no bass in his voice. You talk about Ronda's promos. Alex was worse. Because
this is the voice he used.
He came out dressed as Ronda Rousey in a bathrobe. That's what it looked like he was in.
The voice he uses when he sells Microsoft Surfaces or whatever he does on the side.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm really angry with you right now. Okay? And I want to tell you that we will unlock the darkness inside of me.
So the thing is, the debut of Eric Redbeard. I mean, it's like 2.5 years late, and I was like, the crowd went crazy.
There was never a moment. There was never a moment. He had one time to actually be used in AEW, and that was in the Brody Lee tribute show, and that was probably it. I don't want to see Eric Rowan. The most interesting he's ever been.
Marcus, get it right.
I don't give a damn. His daddy named him Rowan. I'm gonna call him Rowan. I don't want to see him do anything. He hasn't been interested since he had the spider in the cage. That was it, because I wanted to know what was in the cage. Honestly, didn't give a damn about the man. Didn't give a damn about the man. I want to see what was in the spider in the cage. I don't understand the hypocrites of the AEW audience who would just pop for anybody that randomly walks through their door. In WWE, people were criticizing Eric Rowan in the vein of Omos, Commander Xyz, and even, dare I say, a Madcap Moss. Now,
Madcap
he shows up in AEW, and I actually do like Madcap in the ring. But even with that said, the crowd was so hypocritical. Like, oh my God, it's Eric Redbeard. I am so excited. Why? I just want to do experiments to see who will they not react for. Who will be the person that they go, oh, I never wanted this person.
Marcus, now let me pause you real quick.
I believe if Eva Marie, the most hated woman in wrestling, showed up in AEW, she will get cheered just like Eric Redbeard.
No, she won't.
No, she would.
Before you make your point, I want you to also answer a question.
She would.
Do you feel that for the first time in a long time that Tony actually realized that, I really don't have shit with this Eric Redbeard side, so I'm going to have him debut on Rampage, unlike everybody else who debuts on Dynamite? Because, I mean...
Is it a signing? They didn't announce that Eric Redbeard was on
they signed him.
Yeah, he's just here. This is the most random fuckery of all fuckeries ever.
I just feel like there's such a long list of people to choose from to put in there. And on top of that, you have Lance Archer that you could have easily thrown into the mix and have been perfectly fine for me also.
No, they don't. Lance Archer's out.
Oh.
Damn. So they chose not to bring back the Murder Hawk and bring in a Redbeard. So here's where I don't
Cage was available. He signed that 1 year.
He said that he didn't, man. He don't know where that came from.
Marcus, we need to let Manny speak because we've talked a lot. Go ahead, Manny. We're sorry.
I don't even know what the question was.
What was your opinion of seeing Eric Redbeard being announced for the Black
on
Black?
Why? I didn't need to see this when it was a black war going on.
It was a black parade.
It was in a black community.
Yeah, it was unnecessary. Like, they could have had so many other people come through that they didn't have to pay extra for. But no, they had to bring in someone else for this.
So Manny,
and I don't need to be told I don't need proof that Eric Redbeard is a monster. I don't need to see it. He doesn't look like one. I don't need to see it.
Here's what I don't understand. How does he fit in this feud? We got Death Triangle, which is Pac and Penta, who have nothing that combines them other than that they decide to become Death Triangle one day. Penta is in dark mode, in which he's breaking arms and taking limbs. Pac is in I was blind and I want revenge mode. And then they say we're gonna call up Eric Redbeard. Well, of all the mercenary fucks I don't care about, they just got weirder as a group. Matt Hardy, the AHFCOO, whatever they call themselves, with Matt Hardy, seems like a more cohesive unit that belong together than what Pac, Penta, and Eric Redbeard. Eric Redbeard says nothing about the dark mystic arts. He came out with his Huntsman Woods, like I just got the Woods outfit, I'm here to join this dark demon battle. This is stupid.
No, it's like playing a video game and you're doing like a summons and you putting all the signs and symbols in the game and you like somebody to come help you. And then Eric Redbeard shows us like, this is who I got. Or it's like when you play WWE 2K22s of the past and stuff like that, when people will run out to help you, like randomly, like, why is this person running out to help me? I don't need this person.
I'm going to bring up an old reference that's going to go over probably 90% of the audience head, including maybe even my co-host. It was like watching the video game Golden Axe come to life.
Yes. Yes.
Where Eric Redbeard would just be that old dude with the axe. Even though he was short and stuff, he would get it done. Pac would be the warrior dude and then I forgot. Wasn't there somebody
It's a
else?
female.
I think
The
it's
female.
a female. I guess that's Penta. Or that's Alex at this point. But it looked like a random RPG. And you got your people together, and it's like, oh, I got my mage with Alex.
So
I got my elf. It
So-
was terrible.
Excuse me when I say this, but you can tell that in AEW Black History Month is dumb because in order to give
Never
a
existed.
wait,
It
hold on,
never
wait.
acknowledged
Let me
Black
finish,
History
Marcus. In order to get a black man a shot at the TNT title, Dan Lambert had to offer up a white woman in exchange for that title because that's what took place. In order for Scorpio Sky to get a title match, Dan Lambert had to have Paige Van Zant sign with Dynamite. Betty, do you care about Paige Van Zant on top of that? I mean,
I don't understand the point of it now because Brandy's gone. His whole feud with Brandy's done. So, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, the whole thing is Andrade just got back-to-back TNT title matches. One in a singles and then in a triple threat. And the next, they were talking about Sammy Guevara's defending, and we fight the same guys. He fought Cody twice, Andrade twice, and I think there was somebody in between there. But my issue with this is the fact that Scorpio Sky has been undefeated for whatever amount of days. And he can't get a title shot. Something like that, right? And then he can't get a title shot, but all these other people who just randomly show up into AEW. Jay Lethal got a TNT title shot and just randomly showed up.
Marcus, Andrade got 2 back-to-back. He got 1 in the singles match.
I just said that. I just said
You
that.
did? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the exact same words.
Oh, I heard you talking about Jay Lethal, man.
Yeah, but there was a whole part before that.
Oh, my bad. Keep going, my brother.
Really hitting you hard, didn't it?
Yeah.
That freeze.
No, you're okay. You're still there, Pog. It's all right.
Fuck you. But no, I did freeze.
P-O-G. The sad part about it, Manny, did you see him hold that laugh in? You saw he can't help it. He can't help it. Top dollar with the gold flip, Tyler dipping in my P-O-G.
P-O-G.
What's his name? What's his motherfucking name? P-O-G-E.
You know what? I wouldn't be treated like this on Mike. Wouldn't be treated like this on Mike's podcast.
So,
the notorious P.O.G.
So let me just point out that so I'm watching Rampage, right? And Shantae makes it home from work, and she walks in. She walks in on the Keith Lee JD Drake match, and the first he says, "Oh, he's in AEW now, and wow, he's really gotten big."
Well, which one she's referring to?
You
Apollo
know,
Ref or Keith Lee?
Keith Lee. She was like, "Wow, he's in AEW, and wow, he's really big." I mean, it was a fine squash match.
I thought he slimmed down a tiny bit since I last saw him on AEW properly.
I think the best thing about this entire match for me, and unfortunately I was unable to get the audio, I thought that Ricky Starks did a hell of an impersonation of Keith Lee before he came down to the ring.
He's been doing it for the past 2 weeks. Yeah.
Hello, Keith Lee.
Hello, I'm Keith Lee. How you doing?
Greetings and salutations.
I think the worst thing about this whole thing is just the fact that you have random Orange Cassidy in this feud that I just don't need him in there. It just doesn't fit for me.
Just a match.
Yeah,
it's not a feud, but my issue was I thought JD Drew got way too much offense on Keith Lee, even though it wasn't much.
Marcus, JD Drew, yes, he was a great dodger at one point. Marcus in the ring was JD Drake. Marcus, not JD Drew.
I'm sorry.
Just like, you know.
But JD Drake got way too much offense on the Keith Lee. I think it should have just been quick and over. Like, I don't understand why he even got a pinfall just close to the pin. Like, I was like, oh, how are we doing?
In AEW, things are competitive, Marcus, apparently.
Fuck that. Kill him. Treat him like the Clippers and the Lakers.
Ooh. You're going to bring that up, huh?
I like to bring up the truth.
I would have brought that up too, man. I understand what's going on. I know who my team is.
But yeah, Orange Cassidy was unnecessary at the end, and he just walks out. I'm like, what is this? Like, and they had the stare off of the camera going back and forth between Keith Lee and Orange Cassidy. Like, Keith Lee would kill that motherfucker in the streets.
I mean, that's
Like,
almost as bad as
I have no ounce that he could hurt Keith Lee.
No, but that's like the random moment on Dynamite where Danhausen came from under the ring and cursed who was that got eliminated in the tag team battle royal? It doesn't matter, but he cursed
Cash from FTR.
Yeah, and I'm just like, once again, Manny has been asking for this for about 4 weeks since Danhausen has show up. What is Danhausen's deal with AEW? Like,
he's got to be still hurt. I don't think he's ready.
Well, I don't even know if he can wrestle, and we can answer that question later. I'm
going to answer that question now. No, because people actually like Spike.
Damn.
I would say he's the Anthony Davis is Spike Dudley of the Lakers because he's always getting hurt.
You know, I thought AEW Dynamite. I thought AEW Dynamite did a very good job of selling their Revolution pay-per-view.
Are you done? We're done with Rampage?
No, we're still there, but I just wanted to bring because it's a point that happened is that we got behind the scene footage of CM Punk post blood incident, talking to pretty much to Maxwell, telling him that you wanted the old CM Punk, you now have the CM Punk. My favorite thing is that you have a man who is bloody as I don't know what, and the two doctors stop to let him cut a promo about.
It's just blood.
I guess.
What they gonna do?
Like you could have took a towel to his face.
The doctors, they know what they're doing.
Overall, I think the build up for their match has been really good, but for me, at the end of it all, I don't know what will be accomplished after Sunday because for whatever reason, Maxwell doesn't get title shots and CM Punk is not getting a title shot either. So it's kind of like they're killing each other. It's the only story that's going on in AEW, and I have to give them credit.
There's several stories going on in AEW. This is what's consistent, though.
Their match seems a lot more important than their own title match between the Adams.
Did they bring up Adams in this entire episode of Rampage? Tell me right now, because I don't remember hearing anything about the Adams on this Rampage. And I'm like, this is the go-home show. This is the final sell. You're live on TV. I would like to hear from Adam Cole. I would like to hear from Adam Page in front of a live, hot-ass crowd that they were in front of.
That's what they wanted you to watch the Road to Revolution for, I guess.
I'm not watching that shit. What gets me more excited than a hot crowd? A hot crowd. Yeah, I know I did. Michael Blackson real quick. I didn't even realize I did that. But what would get you more hype? Seeing them in front of a high crowd or watching some damn video that no one's going to watch at
Marcus,
midnight or whatever time?
I don't know how hyped that crowd is because, Marcus, if you watch that Dynamite, the crowd wasn't too into the Adams on their show. It was like, whatever. Because, I don't know if they were exhausted.
That was a different crowd. The Rampage crowd was better than the Dynamite crowd.
That is also true, but I still think that no one is really invested into the Adams. I just like I told you, I've still been waiting for Adam Page to do something for me, and Adam Cole hasn't looked like he worked out in years. I don't know what happened to the Adam Cole that I enjoy. I just don't know.
Let's finish this Rampage and we can talk about the Dynamites.
All right, so Marcus, since you are the Pog, we still have Serena Deeb in her challenge. She defeated Layla Gray easily. And then
Layla Gray is a fool. Layla Gray is a fool.
Yeah, she's a damn fool. One, if I'm Serena Deeb, I win my 5-minute challenge by not chasing her out the ring and just win my count out.
All I know is that
I'm not running around the ring. And she got choked out before she was even in there.
She'da came back. She was back, and she was just like a character from Persona. And I was like, oh wow, okay. I didn't know she was gone, but it seems like SHIDA has like the longest running feuds with everybody that she faces. Like,
yeah, and it's great.
It's like,
hold on. Okay. First of all, SHIDA's had one feud and it's Serena Deeb. This is the only feud she's had. It's been going on over the 50th win.
It's great. And then that kendo shot that Serena Deeb took the first one to the head. Dirty.
Well, then she tore up that thigh. She was like, I'm going to stick in the thigh for like 8 times.
And I'll be honest. I'll be honest because that's who I am.
You're always honest on the show, right?
Yeah. So
Damn, he lies.
It left a bad taste in my mouth. The main event. I wanted all ego Ethan Page to win. I don't understand why in 2022 we still need Christian to be in the face of the Revolution match. I mean, AEW is supposed to be a place where the young wrestlers can come and shine. Ever since Ethan Page has debuted in AEW, him and Scorpio Sky have done absolutely nothing, to the point where I wonder, why did he even leave Impact? And maybe what Brandy said about they only wanted him so they can get the walking weapon might have been true.
Alexander. Well, they just signed people to sign people at AEW, and you know, he's evident that they signed him and they were gonna treat him like a big deal, and then 2 weeks later they signed like Brian Danielson, CM Punk, and Adam Cole, and it was like, who? Ethan who? So that's kind of been the situation in this company, in which as soon as you think they may get behind somebody and they bring in another surprise debut, they bring in another person that was in someone from somewhere else. They're like, oh, this person's important now. Now this person's important now. Until actually it's getting to the point where none of these people are becoming important, and you're not treating any of these guys with the respect, I guess. I don't know where I'm looking for.
I forgot about that bitch forgetting about that she had 48 hours where she couldn't be touched by Tate. It was the worst segment I've ever seen.
Stupidest contract I've ever heard in my life. Oh, it's 48 hours. You can only hit her 48 hours. And then it was like, oh, clearly she's about to get hit right now because time is up. But why would you brag about that when the time is up just to get kicked? And I'm like, and then Jane Selling go, that's how you hit me? Like, I imagine someone getting hit in the face in the streets, and they just sit there and lay there and look at the person. Well, I'll be damned. Well, no, but that was her look. That was her look. No anger.
It even get better when announcers started to point out, man, he's the worst attorney ever. That's what he negotiated. No shit.
Why is this even on the show? When Excalibur at one point. When Excalibur was going over the entire Revolution card in the middle of the main event, and Jericho said, good job for remembering all that shit, there was way too much shit. It was all way too much. I gotta say it's 15 matches. I'm gonna say, I see if I can name them. There's Jericho Kingston.
Hold on. Let me get it up.
All right, let's see if I can name every single match. And I'm going to even include the buy-in on this one. I hope.
Okay, go on.
All right, so there's Jericho and Kingston.
Yep.
The Battle of the Atoms.
Yep.
MJF CM Punk.
Yep.
The Face of the Revolution. The 6-man tag.
Yep.
Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti.
Mm-hmm.
The triple threat tag team match.
Yeah.
Also in the buy-in, you have Layla Hirsch versus Statlander. And there was another buy-in match.
Ladies and gentlemen, for him to get that many, this is why he is the Pog. This is why he is the Pog.
I think I'm at 9. Oh no, I have Bryan Danielson versus Dean Ambrose versus Jon Moxley. That's 10. And I'm going to say Danny Garcia 2.0 versus somebody else randomly.
No, so you left out Hook versus QT Marshall.
No. I didn't even know.
God damn it.
Fuck, wait a minute. That wasn't even promoted on Rampage, and that is Hook's show.
That's the Hook show.
What the hell?
I think that's the only one. So that's 11 matches.
Did you say Jericho? You said Jericho Kingston.
He did. He said Kingston, which was a piss poor way to promote that because, you know, Eddie Kingston was more concerned about the cheesecake pie than he was cut a promo. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't care about.
No, it's the Reese's peanut butter cup pie, which had my interest because I've had one of those, and those are fucking delicious.
So there's 12 matches.
It's a giant pie in a peanut butter cup. It's
I
nice.
can't eat cheesecake, so it doesn't do it for me.
12 damn matches. That's way too many.
Well, essentially 9, because 9 are on 9 are pre-show one. 3 are pre-show.
You can cut that shit in half.
But the sad part
Give me
about it,
6.
of all the matches, only a few matches I'm excited for, and the worst part about the ones that I'm really excited for don't really feature all the AEW talent. Like Moxley versus Danielson, I'm excited for. I'm into that one.
I'm gonna watch every Danielson match is excited for. I don't give a damn.
MJF versus CM Punk, I'm into that match. And then afterwards, I just don't care about anything else. Like, I don't care about the face of the Revolution.
Hold on. I am interested in a buy-in match. Chris Statlander versus Layla. That is a blood feud for no reason.
Manny, it is a blood feud.
It's about orphans.
A blood feud that doesn't get mentioned at
That's
all.
Why your parents gave you up.
Orphans.
That's why your parents gave you up. That's why your parents gave you up, bitch. I'm like, you know what? That makes you a bad person. I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
When you wake up in the morning and you get your shit together, you brush your teeth, you take a piss or whatever, and you look yourself in the mirror.
Piss, then
you ask yourself.
Do you wash your face and then look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself?
And ask yourself, am I the bad guy today?
Am I the bad guy? No. No, because Mark, the question I asked myself after I watch Mark, after I throw that water on my face, I feel the power of hating me. I will hate to my greatest extent today. I mean, I say my mantra. I know who I am.
By the way, that's what happened to me when I lost my beard. I looked in the mirror, I looked at the beard, and I went, am I the bad guy today?
Well,
Damn,
Marcus,
I look like the bad guy with this beard. Let me shave this shit off.
Mark, in my head, I have you playing more of a scene out from the Joker movie where you're just going crazy. Like, yeah, it's like, like that. That's you.
If I'm going crazy, I like to go Gollum crazy when you can cut the multiple shots and I'm feeling the same.
I mean,
spot.
it's not often. It's not often that Marcus turned into the Pog. So, I mean, the fact that we know who he is morphed into, that he is now the creation of the Pog, it's always going to be great because anytime that happens, man, you just snap.
So, Eric, what are your thoughts on the purchase of Ring of Honor and AEW Dynamites this week?
My brother, I didn't think that you would ask me this question. And as concise as I can be, it should have been an email. That's all.
What the fuck?
I mean, like,
that's so mean.
Like, honestly, it could have been a fucking press release. I did not need to have. I mean, like, literally, I think this justifies Manny's prophecy of Tony Khan becoming a character because I didn't need any of what he did.
Not Manny's prophecy.
That's Marcus's. Well, Marcus, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Anything I do.
It just could have been it could have been an email. I mean, I know
I need a video package.
Well, they can't make video packages, man. Shit. If you see the video package for the WWE GMO on 2K22, you'd be like, damn, WWE can really make some packages with all their released talent. It was amazing. But
that Karrion Kross right there is gonna be a star. Why is he only in the video game? Bitch, because you fired them. What?
But the thing that the thing that I took away from the purchase of Ring of Honor that I got from it is that he bought it, but he really has no idea what he wants to do with it. And
he does.
It was like
developmental.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you barely have enough to run your company now, and it's not like Ring of Honor was profitable to begin with. Like, there's a
but it gives them preference to throw. They give them more reason to see their bloated roster. You can move some of that over to Ring of Honor, where they've actually. I don't know how many people have actually re-signed with Ring of Honor at that point.
Well, now you know you can get a payday.
Well, they're not going to use the Ring of Honor name. They're not going to use anything with Ring of Honor. They're going to use the tape library, and hopefully they get a streaming service. As I pointed to Lord Manny, I was upset that this wasn't a package deal announcement, that we were saying, oh yeah, we're going to stream on HBO Max and put our AEW shit on there, because that would be great. And then, on top of that, we're going to add the Ring of Honor tape library, because I now own Ring of Honor, because that's how I would announce the shit.
Marcus, you know why? This wasn't a package thing? Because how are they going to draw your attention into the next Dynamite?
Well, I mean, Manny got a point to that, but I agree. Like when I saw the rumors of them maybe striking a deal with HBO Max or something, I was like, oh, that's huge. That's a real big thing. But like Ring of Honor being purchased, like at the end of the day, could have been an email.
Well, as someone said, I forgot. It was like Netflix announced that they bought Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, it's like, huh, and then
oh, shit.
like
That's
to
me.
me, and no disrespect to the Fallen Angel and Bryan Danielson, but I understood that you bought Ring of Honor. I don't understand why we need to drag out a 51-year-old man to have him face Bryan Danielson when you have enough talent in the background and backstage. No, it was a fine match, but I'm just saying that there's so much talent that he has on the AEW roster that's only being featured on Dark, that's not being featured anywhere else. So it's just, I wish him the best. I'm pretty sure that the internet fans are extremely happy that Vince didn't get his hands on Ring of Honor.
Well, they did. They did want to have it in 2018, and the idea was Vince was going to shut down ROH and just have the tape library.
And remember, he also there were reports that he actually gave them some money at 1.2 to keep them afloat. So, good for them. I'm glad that they were acquired. I'm glad they were acquired. Let's see what happens with it.
Here's my thing: when people were like, I was online. I saw people like, Vince and them, they failed to get Ring of Honor. Triple H won and all that. But I ain't paying $40 million for that. What? What am I paying $40 million? If I'm AEW, what's the value for me paying $40 million for Ring of Honor right now?
Well,
that's so much. That's a little steep.
Let's also point out the fact of the thing that I don't think that WWE really wants any negativity going into WrestleMania season. And for a fact, if WWE would have bought Ring of Honor, oh my God, the negative connotation of all the like the media reports and stuff would have been out there. Oh my God, they fired.
Feedback?
I don't hear any feedback. No.
Okay. I mean,
I just think that it would have been so much negativity of people talking about, oh my God, WWE's gonna kill. Like all
I don't
that.
think that's a thing. That's not a thing.
And I think $40 million.
People have been happy that they would have had the Ring of Honor be on the network, because now you don't have to own the Honor Club or anything. You just have it on Peacock or the network in your unless you're in Russia.
Even Vince talked about the network. He misses the network. He didn't like to deal with Peacock, but it made him a lot of money.
I miss the network so much.
Me too. I do.
You fools! You damn fools! We had it all. We can do what we want. Everything in WWE that went bad with all this released talent and stuff happened when the network died.
I mean,
when the damn Peacock got involved.
I'm the one thing I'm happy about Revolution taking place this Sunday is that I don't have any more battle royals for the tag team titles. I'm just like, how many ways we're gonna have people qualify for it? I mean, I thought it was nice seeing Top Flight reunite, but then in the whole grand scheme of things, what made them qualify for this match? Well, except they put everybody else in the match too. And at the end of the day, you got the Young Bucks winning.
The second match, not the first match, though. I don't understand how you end up in the second match and went in the first match.
Yeah.
Top Flight had a good reason. Darius may have not been cleared. Oh, we had this debate, Eric. Who has the blackest favorite wrestler right now?
Darius.
That's what I said, but I never disagreed. Did it? I went with Naomi, and then apparently someone knows a white Naomi.
Marcus,
it was
Marcus.
Levi.
Marcus. I know a white Darius. Blew my mind. Messed me up.
It's like meeting a white Jerome.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of Jeromes.
Jerome is a English name though, and
yes.
Apparently there was some black guy that was very famous, and it became a black name all of a sudden.
Now I am hearing some static.
Is it? No, I'm hearing like a flickering, not static.
A flickering?
Yeah, but I think it's these headphones. I'm not sure because if you guys aren't hearing it, because I think Eric's hearing your microphone do that thing.
All right, I'm moving my microphone.
Oh, that sounds so much better, Mark. You sound so sultry. My favorite match of the week though was Pete Dunne versus Melo. I really enjoyed that match on NXT.
Well, Melo don't miss, Eric.
He don't miss.
Melo don't miss.
But
by the way, Baron Corbin was in a room full of tricks. Like that would be like Trick would be in that room with Baron Corbin if he wasn't with Melo.
I know a white Yvette.
I know a few white Yvettes.
Excuse me, Edris Enofe is the blackest name. Who are you talking about?
Oh yeah, we settled this already. Yeah.
Mark, you didn't give me Idris Enofe as the option. That's correct.
No, I did it on Thursday. We came to this conclusion.
Or Lash Legend is a name straight out of the hood.
That is
Nah,
no, Marcus.
Nah,
Marcus, you know she got some
that's
cases.
a made up name. That's a made up name.
Her
That's a
real name
made-up
is Lash Legend Shaniqua or whatever. I'm not gonna be that way.
You're a piece of shit.
I am. You know, I was glad that Andre Chase got back into the ring. I mean,
Did you enjoy his new entrance?
I did. I was actually shocked that he was able to get the Chase U stomp in. I didn't think he was going to be able to get that in. But you know,
I don't
NXT,
like Von Wagner. He's the most forgettable person out of all of them. Like when I type up the notes and I can see him in front of me,
Manny,
I still have to be like, "What?"
Switch it over
name?
since we're in NXT world. We don't want to confuse people.
No, we're not anywhere.
Oh, we're not.
Anywhere.
So we need to have like
we've been all over the place because you go all over the place.
We should just have like our logo right there. I'm going on. We're spanning the globe. We should have a globe where I span the globe.
This is your show. Just a recall.
Yeah, we just appear on it.
I also thought that you know, damn, Otis. My memory is bad. I thought the tag match that opened up Monday Night Raw was a very good match. Also,
I'm not gonna help you either. I'm not gonna even help you. I'm gonna let you suffer. You don't even remember his partner's name.
You watched this today. It's not like me and Marcus. I watched this on Tuesday or Monday.
Shoosh.
What is his name?
Chad Gable. Jesus Christ.
There we go. I was gonna never get that. Damn. Fuck these meds, man. I tell you. Fuck these meds.
You'll blame it the meds. You were forgetting things before this cardiac event.
Well, Manny, you told me that. Well, fuck this heart because the heart affects memory too, buddy. Shit.
You still living, bro.
Yeah, but you know, this week for me, wrestling was actually really entertaining. I enjoyed a lot of it this week. I mean, NXT was my favorite show.
Hold on, I watched the Nathan Frazier versus Ilya Dragunov match before we came on today, and I wanted to say we got to get the belt off Dragunov right now.
Why?
They're taking everything away from Russia. Take that title away from him. Take the title away from him. Get the belt on Nathan Frazier. Quick! And a really good match, which I thought was better than Mello and Dunn and everything else. This was high energy. Huh?
At this moment, Buddy Murphy was considered the best kept secret. I think Nathan Frazier maybe, because he's really good.
Yeah, he's smooth, man. He's smooth, and it may be because NXT is taped and they don't show him.
Well, I have to go figure out who this
is. He was even good when he was on AEW Dark, and time has passed quite a lot since then.
I feel like now I have to go figure out who this Nathan Frazier is.
You know who he is. It's your Ben Carter.
Carter.
The original WWE stolen from AEW.
Oh, the guy who I said, this man should be like, I called him a young AJ. Oh, okay.
Yeah, stop pretending to be a wizard and actually do your second job of a wrestling podcaster.
You're over there amazing. But yeah, so they have a really good match that goes from quick agility to physicality to I am fully invested. And I don't know when NXT UK lost their audience again, but this week they had no audience.
I was supposed to go this arena Thursday.
They had an empty arena match, basically. with Manny's
their
favorite
actually nice, as well. That
arena
they're in, it's a nice little arena.
It's the fourth brand. Just let people know it's the fourth brand.
A show for one. That's all he needs.
But I think one of these guys, I think at this point, Nathan Frazier needs to leave NXT UK and join the 2.0 brand because he'll fit really well with a nice feud with Mello or.
Because I don't know about his promo. People. His promo work, I could probably be a little bit better.
He's okay. He's British. In America, we let you get away with it.
We do.
We're Lord Alfred Hayes just got away for it for murder. Thought that man knew what he was talking about all these years. Man was an idiot. He was a fool. He's a damn fool the whole time. He never said anything of any consequence. I guess it's sip time. Oh. Also, I'd like to point out the Monday Night Raw, Eric. What do you feel the current situation of the Kevin and Seth situation and the Steve Austin? Are they still, or did they do an audible? Are we not going that route?
No, I think
because I feel like we're still doing talking shit about Texas. But
rumor is-
I still don't think
I don't know where we're going with this.
The rumor is it's JBL,
Nobody wants that.
but then also
JBL's going to be the fullback option.
even Shawn Michaels chimed in, but I mean, you could still probably dig up Booker T for a match too.
No, I don't think any name they brought up overall is showing up to fight him because
I think at this point it's just going to be Austin turning up and giving him a stunner. I think that's it.
Yeah,
If
and then
he's
we
involved
also
at all.
and then we also have Cody Rhodes, who is according to the dirt sheet still on the WrestleMania card, but maybe going back to AEW as its current status.
Well, because he couldn't agree to terms with Brandy for a contract.
I don't know. They said fizzled out, but I don't know. You can't believe any of these reports on any of this.
You really can't.
Brandy wants to be the chief branding officer of WWE, and they said no.
Because guess what? Like
this.
if we released a video that was like 3 minutes long saying guess who's going to AEW and put like Cody Rhodes picture, that would probably get more views than the Fiend video.
No, it wouldn't.
Nah, he ain't Vince McMahon and Pat McAfee. We gotta say exclusive deleted footage for the Pat McAfee Vince McMahon interview, and then it's like, oh, okay, we'll watch that because 74 million people apparently watch that shit. Ridiculous amount of people. For one of the most riveting interviews, and it's probably better than any match, even though we had a lot of good matches, good shows this week. That interview was the be-all, end-all of wrestling. This is probably the last interview we'll ever get with Vince McMahon, and I thought it was the most authentic, and I thought it was genuine. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed him slapping the microphone. I enjoy hearing him say "fuck."
So I guess I did have this question going in. So, and I think I pretty much know the answers to you guys. Who would you guys rather work for, Tony Khan or Vince McMahon? Manny, I'll go with you first.
What am I doing in the video?
No, that is the question. What am I doing?
No, what am I doing?
Shit, I don't know. What would you want to do if you work for any of these companies, man? I'm curious. Like, do you want to be I don't think you want to be a wrestler.
No, I don't think I would want to be doing that. I don't know.
Commentator.
Manny, let's say in the role that you are right now as a producer, where would you want to be at? Like, as a production person who you are, where would you want to work at?
Creative.
WWE. And I'll tell you why.
Ahead.
Because there's so many restrictions, it makes you have to be a little bit more creative in a sense to get around it. Because if you're restricted by something, you have to make the best of what you can do. Whereas like in AEW, you're given free reign, which isn't exactly like free reign is great, but then it can go then you go into the realm of this is not believable anymore, or why are we doing this? This doesn't make sense anymore.
Marcus?
I'm gonna say because there's a few factors to this, but I'm just gonna make it short, I guess. I'm going to choose Vince in the WWE. Obviously, one because I'm a WWE fanboy in life or whatever. But as an old Kevin Nash quote, everybody wants to play for the Yankees. And I want to play for the Yankees. And I don't feel AEW has the long-standing power to last anyway. And Tony Khan's on cocaine. And I don't think this company's going to last. And it's going to be his fault. His fault. The wrestlers are doing their best. And I think that his business model of I'm just going to throw surprises out every now and then, like a bad father who shows up after long trips. Here's a surprise to watch. It's not a staying power of watching wrestling. And I feel like Vince comes off as not only, as Brock says, the father figure, but you will actually learn shit from a business mind like Vince and not Tony.
No, a structure. W provides structure. And whether you like the formula that they produce or whatever, they know what they want to be. They know how they want to portray what they want to do. They know who they need to answer to. And I think that's something that I enjoy about the whole idea of working for WWE. Because as Vince said,
as a stockholder, announce you're a stockholder.
I am a stockholder. As he stated, you see the performers. Huh?
How many percent?
One stock, man. I'm waiting for the dip again. I want to tell you. It don't matter what it is. But
By the way,
like
we
the
never
fact,
covered the Usos versus the Viking Raiders. I just thought about it when we went like that.
the fact that like like even when he talked about that he's still learning and how when they became a publicly traded company, it made him a better businessman and what he had to do and how he had to stop making decisions off of emotion. I think that is something that is very important because I think in AEW, everything is so emotionally based. Where, as Marcus pointed out in his point, like who's going to be the next surprise? Who's coming here? Who's coming there? And what happens when the surprises die? And I think I don't know Tony Khan's history, to be honest, but I can imagine that he hasn't really had to work hard for the money that he's had. So I don't know if he knows what it feels like to take losses. And we saw this as an example with Dixie Carter when she had an indisposable amount of income until that income said, I'm not giving you any more money. And so what happens when you need AEW to turn a profit? Because I'm confident they're not turning a profit yet. That's just my opinion. I don't know their books and I don't own stock in that company. But
well, they just announced their Vegas is the first $1 million gate they're going to have because they sold that many tickets, apparently, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the financials of that.
I'm pretty sure they're going to do pretty well in LA. I mean, sad part, they're going to the Forum, which is really far from me.
Yeah, and in the middle of the week, it's really like,
and then like for me to go to the Rampage taping, I would have to take off that Friday, and it's just Rampage. I mean, I can see Hook, but that's it, and that'll be like the one day
you might see Hook. There's a chance you might not.
No, it's just like with me and Marcus when we try to buy Laker tickets, and you go try to see the Wash King, and then he ain't never there.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not going to an AEW show to see Hook. I know he's a flavor of the week. He's everybody loves him. I ain't paying for Hook. I'm sorry.
No,
I enjoy watching Hook on TV. His matches are short, they're sweet, but I'm not gonna be like, damn, I need to go pay to see Hook. No. I'm going because the AEW show looks like a fun time. Basically.
But see, the thing was, like, I was thinking to myself, and I was thinking about my money and my funds, and at this period of time, there's a very strong group of wrestling in that late May, July going on where everybody wants my money. AEW wants my money, and WWE wants my money. In so many ways, I was like, if I had to pick one, I think going to Money in the Bank would be where I would want to be at Allegiant Stadium.
Just want to be away from Ryan on his birthday, but I would do. I think double or nothing.
He still owe me money.
He still owe me money. He owe me two rents.
He's gonna probably get a 3.
Jesus. I think the intrigue of going to the Forum and watching a wrestling show, those acoustics was gonna be really loud. Shit. You get your money when Ryan pays me my money, and Ryan has to pay Eric money to get that money. It's politics, man. It's economics. I don't know all the details of it, but it's economics. But I think going to Dynamite on that Wednesday would be probably fun at the Forum, and then Double or Nothing. I don't think I need Rampage, which is also at the Forum. I don't even know where that's at.
No, Rampage is in
it's in Ontario. Yeah. You should, just go to that one, man.
But
you really walk out your house and fall into AEW Rampage. You're refusing to look out the window by
I've already been there for Wayne's graduation. I don't need to be there for Rampage.
You're refusing to look out the window. That's what you're doing by not going to Rampage.
Well, no, the thing is,
going like, I don't want to go outside today. Why?
I'll put it this way:
there's a Rampage going on.
I don't have the energy to be able to sit through the Batman movie, so I know I don't have the energy to sit through an AEW show.
Yeah, you're gonna fall asleep through that movie.
Yeah, it's like even like for this hour and a half that I did this show with, like I'm like, fuck, I need to go lay down, and that's bad. Like I don't know what's going on, but it's a good time for wrestling right now. The road to WrestleMania is always good. And I'm assuming good things is happening in Impact for people who watch Impact.
Who does that?
I don't know.
Well, you got your Control Your Narrative crew who are announcing TV deals or whatever they're doing.
Well, everybody got a TV.
I just don't see that lasting.
No, everybody can have
everybody got TV deal.
When you can stream it online. Because guess what, Marcus? I'm making an announcement right now. The Sharpshooters Network has a TV deal exclusive with YouTube. We're licensed exclusively to put all of our content on YouTube in video form. So it's a TV deal.
We're not gonna be a Spotify no more.
No, that's audio, Marcus.
Spotify.
For TV. This is video, man. TV deal with YouTube.
You mean we're not on what's that streaming service we did for our roundtables for WrestleMania?
Stick 'em.
Stick 'em. Stick 'em.
Ben, before we wrap up the show, you said you was going to explain to me why you only watched some of the WWE 2K22 GM mode.
Because my time got wasted today because I tried to sell my old Series 4 to a shop. And they said, we'll test it. I took the old watch there. We need to test it first. I'm like, cool. She's like, take this receipt. I'm like, all right. And come back at 3 o'clock. I come back at 3 o'clock, which is the time the New Day thing was supposed to start. And then I had the situation where there was a guy in front that was trying to sell something, and they said this is a no sellable state, and he was not having it. Mm-hmm. You know those types of people that look like they got dirt in their fingernails. they look like they've been on the streets for a bit.
He's the repo man, a Brooklyn Broiler.
He's leaning over the counter like this. You can see in his corner of his hand like a cigarette butt in his hand.
All you needed was some ass crack to be sticking out, and then you had a winner right there.
And then so I'm waiting for this guy to finish. I was like, I want to go home. I've got shit to do. And then the guy pulls me into the next, opens up another checkout, and he goes, what are you waiting for? I'll show him. And then he's like, oh, that. And he takes the receipt, goes downstairs, and he's like, that hasn't been tested yet. It's like, the fuck you mean, man? You're wasting my time.
Yeah. You tired of the shit?
I was at home cooking a meal, you know, and then I got a notification on my phone that my Apple card had been charged $70. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is my Apple card charged $70? So, you know, going to do some investigation, I go and open up my email, come to find out my Series 3 was rejected by Apple for whatever reasons, and they mailed the shit back to me. So I didn't get that $70 credit. So I have a Series 3 Apple Watch that I don't need.
I got quoted, what did I get quoted? £125 cash by this place.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say I got quoted in a newspaper. I felt like that was about to come out. I don't know why. I was about to say, what Manny got press? I was quoting in a newspaper about the Series 3. I was like, oh, that's what I thought that was going. And, you know, I'm clearly wrong.
Well, with that being said, I know Marcus needs to get to work, and nothing can surpass.
No. I don't got to be at work until 4.
Anyway,
like what were you trying to imply? We're going to talk about anything now?
Yeah, I mean,
till then.
Wait, Betty, you know what he wants to talk about? Johnny 5.
Oh, did I delete it?
Marcus, what you want to speak about Johnny 5 about, Marcus? There he is, Marcus. Talk about Johnny 5. There he is.
I don't want to talk about him.
Dude,
I do want to talk about that fat-ass white man. Yeah.
Hey, that dude looked like the villain from the Super Mario Brothers movie, Dennis Quaid.
No, he looks like Ivan Drago from Rocky 4.
Oh, that too?
What? It's Dennis Hopper.
I know it
not
is.
Dennis Quaid.
No.
But I don't understand why so many people are walking with their head down, with their hands in their pocket in this video.
Marcus,
that was like Ted Danson back there.
Marcus, Dennis Quaid is starring in the only movie that's ever sponsored our show, The Intruder, starring Dennis Quaid, which was one of the most amazing movies ever.
Dennis Quaid or Russell Crowe's Unhinged? Dennis
Quaid, man.
No, the movie that got spoken about the most on this show is Draft Day. And you know
Hey, with the combine coming up, all I think about is Draft Day. They should air that a bunch on TV right now.
Marcus, I bet you it's on right now. But the fact that Dennis Quaid sold his house because he was broke because he knew he had a hidden compartment in his house is the biggest boss move ever. He was watching them having sex, man. He was watching them have sex.
Well, he watched her in the shower too, man. The whole movie made no fucking sense, man.
It didn't. It didn't.
It was unnecessary.
It taught me never trust a helpful white man. They always have an ulterior motive.
Also told me never trust Michael Ealy. You snake.
You know, it's a downfall that I have to work on March 8th because we probably could live stream us playing WWE 2K22.
Do you know what the interesting thing is? If I get it digitally, which I intend to now because I can't be bothered to get physical edition now.
Manny, let me ask a question. This is most important. You're getting NWO, aren't you?
Of course I am.
Yeah,
I don't want to
exactly.
see
I
Ray's
knew
face. I don't want to see Ray's face daily on my Xbox. I don't want to see his face.
you know
What
you
would I
might still
rather-
see
what
his
would I-
face.
what-
You
would
never
I-
see Rey Mysterio's face. That's the point of Rey Mysterio.
No, what would you
never
rather
his
see?
face.
Marcus, what would you rather see? A racist and his boys or a bad father on your screen?
But
every
Manny,
day?
I think you're
I
still
wanna
see the bad father.
Manny. I don't want to see a racist and his boys where I'm going, huh.
So when they say the NWO
Okay.
pack, and Manny, you can help me out with this. Is it just the main members of the NWO, or if I'm getting some Buff Bagwell and stuff in there too?
No, you're only getting the 4 that are on that thing. I think.
Yeah, I don't know if that's worth $20 more.
I don't get the DiBiase and NWO recruit. Fuck that.
The interesting thing about this is because it's on the 8th. I get to play it, and instead of staying up to watch Raw, I can play it at midnight, Monday night.
GMO looks interesting, but it looks like it has a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it looks like there's too much thinking involved.
But the thing is, I want to know, is GMO online where I can go against you? Because that would be an amazing series if me and Manny could try to outbook each other on a GMO show.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you can play people on your friends list. I think if you're on the same.
Hence why I'm buying it for the Xbox.
Yeah,
I know Ross says he's buying the $59.99 one.
Yeah, he's getting the standard one that comes out on the Friday.
I think I'm going with the $80 one.
You're getting the deluxe one, yeah, where you get the season pass, which is where you get all the DLC, technically for free, but you've paid for it with the season pass.
But I also feel like I could
DLC
just
is a
upgrade and
waste
get
of
the NWO, but I just don't know what else in the NWO I can really take.
It's not worth it, Eric. If you don't intend to play it like I do, where it's like a main game for you.
Manny, right now I'm back into games. I need something to break me up from
No. But this is a main game for me. This isn't. I don't think this is going to be a main game for you. I think this is I'm going to play it and then I'm going to go play something else.
No, it's something where I need to get out of the Elden Ring. I have too many hours, man. It's most hours.
I think we should end the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm Eric.
I hope they didn't.
And I'm glad that the pod could join us, the POG in the house. But,
my stomach just growled at me.
You know what? Your stomach is, smiting you for
calling you the Pog.
I feel so alive for the very first time. See, we could have named you POD, Marcus, but we named you POG. Anyway, I'm Eric.
I'm not Manny Hayes.
You trying to get executed this week? I'm gonna claim Velasquez your ass. That's it.
Well, you would have to drive at least an hour and a half to get here to do that, Mr. POG.
Yeah, Kane did the same thing.
Oh, that's true. But Marcus, at least he had more reasons to do that. You were just being upset because you're being called the POG, aka the Pog.
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 You guys really like hurting the man's feelings. I'm a grown ass man. 60 stones. My balls. Where's my hurt me?
POGC. The POG. Anyway, everybody, stay safe, stay blessed. POG.
POG.